Hey, hey, rhynox. What is it? Whoa, okay. Um, I just, we've been talking a lot about movies. What? Well, you want me to review another one? No, no. Actually, I had an idea. I had an idea. I wanted to see, kind of run past you and see what you thought about it. You remember seeing the movie Halloween, right? Yeah, John Carpenter's Halloween from the '80s. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, so like, I kind of feel like reboots. I don't know. I was just thinking about the movie, and I always see movies, and I'm like, well, how would I do that differently? Well, sure. So I wrote a treatment. I wrote a reboot treatment, and like, this is how I would do that movie differently. Do you want to? Can I tell it to you? Are you gonna let me get back to work? Yeah, yeah, of course. You know what? You can work while you listen, or not. I don't know how distracting this is. It's extremely distracting. Okay, okay, okay. I'll be really quick. Okay, so first of all, there's like, hang on, let me get this ready so I can read it to you. So there's some background lore, right? And so I'll read you the background lore. So in the early '90s, there's a 911 responded reports to smoke coming from the Myers house. Upon arrival, they extinguish a sizable fire in the living room. They find Judith Myers stabbed to death in her bedroom, and the parents both killed in the living room and the dining room. Mrs. Myers was also stabbed in the chest, while Mr. Myers from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Michael was in the kitchen amid strewn silverware from obvious signs of struggle, and he was sing along with the TV in the kitchen counter in perfect pitch, but at a 1.5 second delay. Right. So the police rule it like a family annihilator and assume that the profoundly autistic nonverbal Michael must have hidden from the yelling only to come out when it was quiet, and except for the TV and the fire that was must have been started by one of Mrs. Myers' overturned scented candles or whatever. Let's see. So Michael Myers is remanded to the state where he undergoes various therapies, including a paint therapy. These paintings are remarkable and are smuggled um, and dispersed by an orderly for profit. These paintings, along with the myth of what actually happened that night, which was that somehow Michael had killed his whole family, create some sort of cult of followers that stay secret from the rest of the world until one night, which I guess is close to Halloween night, 20 years after the death of his family. The cult arrives and liberates their messiah. They break Michael out of this institution. Michael, encouraged by these people, just dashes off into the woods, parenthetically, only to immediately get lost and injured and die from exposure. So he's just, that's where the real Michael Myers is. He's just in a ditch somewhere because he's profoundly autistic and doesn't know, he's unable to take care of himself. Okay, so that's the lore, right? Then you get to the start of the story. You have Laurie Strode, the original final girl from the first movie. So she's going about her life as a senior in high school, ready to start applying for college for the following fall, right? Though she blames it on nerves, she keeps seeing some kind of ghost out of the corner of her eye. The pale face and blue coveralls. She foregoes a Halloween party with her friends to stay at home and work on application submissions. But sometime into the night, she gets a call from her friend Annie, who sounds terrified and says something about them being killed. So terrified, she calls the cops, but feeling dismissed, decides to go to her friend's house herself. Dr. Samuel Lewis, at the scene of the breakout, talks to the police, saying that it's dangerous for Michael to be on the outside, and they have to find him. Now, what he means is it's dangerous for Michael. He's not dangerous to all of us, but like the police, of course, misunderstand that. Sheriff Lee Brackett seems annoyed, but he does his job. And then when they go to Linda's house, where Annie had called from, they realize that something has gone terribly wrong. There's kill, chase, all these other the people that you're going to kill from the party that you've introduced one way or the other. They're going to get killed off. That's not really the linchpin to the story. Um, but at some point, catching this masked psycho unawares, Lori follows him across town into a field where she sees that it's not just one masked monster, but a whole cult. Lori is found and she's dragged up to the bonfire where she's strapped down to a makeshift dais, prepped for human sacrifice. All the other white faces are so it's like a whole crowd of Michael Myerses. They're all wearing the blue coveralls. They're all wearing the white masks, right? Um, they're around her silently, breathe steam into the moonlit air until they finally drink in unison. They groan as the poison drops them in a wave. The last holds a kitchen knife high up in the air, ready to end Lori before drinking their own cup. When a shot rings out, and sheriff and the doctor manage to find the gathering just in time and fatally shoot the last cult member, saving Lori's life. Um, so that's that's the gist of it. Because I was thinking like in the original movie, it's almost impossible. How does he get from one place to another? You know what I mean? How does he almost be supernatural? And that's the big turn is that he's not one person. The person that everybody thinks he is, who everybody thinks is Michael Myers, is in fact, like I said, a rotting corpse in a. Not that night, not in Halloween. Like it would take him days to die. But like he doesn't, he's nonverbal. He doesn't know to call out. He's too injured to go anywhere. And the only people that even know what direction he went in are all the crazy cult members. So they're not going to tell anybody because they just drank a bunch of poison and they're all dead now. So I don't know. I thought that would be an interesting twist, a different take. I mean, there's been a million sequels to Halloween, but I thought this would be an interesting, completely different reboot. You know what I mean? Um, so I wrote an epilogue here, like in the cold light of day, the fire from the cult meeting has gone out, and all the evidence from the scene is removed. But one mask has been blown away, hidden behind a bush, and a hand reaches down and claims the mask. Because a cult's like anything else; it's like an idea, and it can live on past a person, right? So it's like Heaven's Gate, but more murderous, more slashery. So I don't know. What do you think? I'd watch it. Oh, okay, cool.